Well, hello, and a very happy Monday morning to all of my conscious cruisers out there. We are back with another episode talking today about your biggest cruise do's and don'ts as we close out this year. I have with me my co hosts, Chet from Sea Leg Journeys and Elisa from Elisa's Adventures in a Cruising, and we are going to give you our biggest cruise do's and don'ts right after this.
Welcome into the Conscious Cruiser Podcast, the know before you go approach to cruising and travel. The smartest cruiser is the Conscious Cruiser. And your conscious casters, Elisa, Chet, and Scott.
Well, hello and good morning to all of my conscious cruisers and both of my wonderful conscious casters here with me. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend. We are going to talk a little bit about our cruise, biggest cruise do's and don'ts. I figure there are quite a few of them, and I think that there are some new cruisers and some seasoned cruisers both that could definitely use our tips. And if you are listening along on YouTube, please make sure to comment along with your biggest cruise do's and don'ts too, because we also want to learn from all of you guys in the chat. So, first question of the day today is even the most seasoned cruisers can get mixed up between your do's and don'ts. Can you tell us a story of when you can you tell us a story where you learned what not to do on a ship or what not to bring on a ship?
Ooh, what not to bring? Well, I was thinking of more like what to bring, what not to forget to bring. How about
Okay.
that?
Okay.
Is it a hat?
It's not a hack. It's not a hack, and I'm sorry. It's something that I talk about a lot because I still experience it to this day occasionally, and that is not having something with you for seasickness. You should always
Oh,
always pack something just in case the seas are a little rough that day. Not everybody's not going to experience it, on the same degree. I understand that. And if you generally don't have a problem with motion sickness, you probably don't think about it. But when it hits, it hits. And you really don't feel like going on the hunt for something to take. So have some Dramamine, have a C-band. And if you are more prone to motion sickness, it's not a bad idea to talk to your doctor about getting the prescription patch well before you go, so that you have it. So that's my big thing. Don't cruise without it.
Absolutely. And then if you do have to try to go and find it, you're going to pay 3 or 4 times the price of what you would pay online. So.
You are. I don't know if they still do this. I haven't had to ask in a long time, but at the guest services desk, I know we all try to avoid the lines. They usually will give you a couple, or they used to give you a little courtesy pack of Dramamine or Bonine, just to kind of get you through. But just
That's nice.
also keep in mind that it takes a minute for that to get into your system. So it's not like you're gonna take it and you're instantly, good to go. So just it's better if you have something, if you first start feeling a little off, to go ahead and start to try and curb that, because you don't want to be down. You don't want to be down when you're on the cruise. You want to be able to go and see what you want to see and do what you want to do. So
I've heard people even taking it before they got on the cruise to get it in their system. Correct. If they know that they're like really prone to seasickness, like, let me just take two days before I go on, I'll take another one tomorrow and it will be in my system. So that's smart.
That's what I used to, before I started getting the prescription patch. That's what I would do, was take it ahead of time. But then they've had more things now, like the 12-hour extended release kind of thing on Dramamine, where you don't have to be so tied to your watch. But I was like clockwork up. But 4 hours, gotta take some more because I wasn't risking it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So
That's a smart preparation item right there. Yeah, it is. For me, we had to learn this on MSC. It was like the day before our last day of the cruise, right? And we decided to go into a little gift shop there and buy something. And they told us, "Oh, you don't have any money. You can't buy anything." We said, "What are you talking about?" They said, "Hey, you got to go take your credit card over to a machine and scan it in there." And I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, you're supposed to do that when you first get on the ship." And we're like, "We did not know." And we're pretty good about researching stuff.
Yeah.
And somehow we missed that. So, of course, our second MSC cruise, we knew it, and we went right over there and did it. So if you're going to go on MSC, you're not going to just be able to attach your credit card before you go like you do on Carnival or Princess or Royal Caribbean or Norwegian or anybody else. You know, your credit card's already tied to something. You have to do it yourself with a machine on board once you get on board. So just remember that. It's something that we didn't do. We're like, we didn't know. Now, if we had not purchased anything, we never would have known. But there we go. We wanted to go buy something, and they said, "Y'all ain't got no money."
Yeah, it is an extra step to activate that account. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an extra step you got to do at a machine. And I kept wondering when we got on the ship, what are all these people standing at that machine? Is that an ATM and they're trying to get cash? What's going on over there? Now you know, conscious cruisers.
That's true. That's true. All right. I think those were both really, really good. I have a story of a run-in with the sniff dogs.
Oh.
Okay. Now, the reason why I'm telling this story because it does have a really good lesson at the end. And I'll tell you right now what the lesson is. For those who either like bringing their own coffee on board, like myself, those who like taking supplements, let's say you have a protein supplement or a vitamin D supplement that's a powdered supplement or something like that, that you add to your protein shakes or your coffees or whatever you do in your daily regimen that you bring on board. My 100% don't is make sure that that product is in its original container. Okay, whether it's coffee beans, whether it's your protein powder, it doesn't matter. Make sure that it is labeled somehow with what that is, because what had happened to me was we had actually just gone to Buc-ee's, so we had some snacks with us, but I also had coffee with me, ground up coffee, because you guys know I love to have my pour over coffee. I bring my coffee on cruise ships, and it was ground coffee because there's no grinder on the ship. And it was just in a large 16-ounce freezer size bag. It was almost filled up. And of course, the dog was alerted.
Oh.
I didn't have anything on me, nothing on me. But at the end, he alerted and sniffed because of the snacks from Buc-ee's. Some of them were open, some of them weren't. You know, they were just regular chips and stuff. But when they were going through my bag, they pulled this out like this. I don't know why I have a bag like here, but pulled it out like this. I was like, "Sir, what is this?" And I was like, "It's coffee." And he was like, "Oh, yeah." And he goes, "Unfortunately, we're going to have to confiscate it." And I'm like,
"Not my coffee.
That's like $16.99 a pound organic single origin coffee." He's like, "Sorry, dude. I got to take it." I was like, "Why?" I was like, "You can smell it. Like there's nothing in there." He's like, "I know it's coffee, but there's cameras here. And technically, because it's not in a labeled bag, it doesn't say Folgers or whatever organic coffee." He tried to take a stab at me. Whatever organic coffee company that is in the bag, it's not on here. I'm like, he's like, "That goes for protein powders. That goes for supplements. That goes for anything. Make sure you bring it in your original container, because if it was in its original bag, I could let you go."
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, enjoy my coffee. He goes, "No, I'm throwing it out." So he threw it out, and unfortunately, I got my Buc-ee's snacks by, and it was all good. But I did learn the hard way that if you do want to take any kind of supplement or anything ground up, anything in powder form that you are allowed to take, just make sure that it's in its container or a travel size container that has the label on it. Some of these supplement companies make like a smaller version,
size,
so you can put, But yeah, just make sure, because you will get your stuff taken, and they do not play. They don't play. They don't care.
They have they're not attached in the bin.
Yep.
They will check it real quick.
Yep. He pointed. He's like, "Yeah, you're on camera right now." He goes, "I am too, so I'm not losing my." Come on, man. So
Not
yeah,
my coffee.
I
Not
had
my
to wait till
coffee.
Mexico. Yeah, it's stunk. It's stunk. So, all right. On to the next question. Ooh, I like this one. This one's a new one. Okay. Which one of these doesn't belong? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes,
we got
not my-
4 possible answers, and you guys have to let me know which one of these doesn't belong and why. Okay.
Okay.
1. Pack a Ziploc bag for meds and extras. Okay. Some people like to take some extras from the buffet. Some people like to put the meds in.
Mhm.
Okay. Pack a Ziploc bag. 2. B. Sorry, not 2. B. Hide in your room for the muster drill. C. Playing in the casino can get you extra perks like extra drinks, free cruises, yada yada, extra things like that. D. Let people off the elevator before you enter. Also on a past show of ours. Okay, so which one of those, Chet, doesn't belong?
Well, I've been on some ships that a lot of people thought it was D. They did not want to let me get off that elevator before they got on. They were trampling me.
Come on, let me
But
on.
I'm here to say that's the wrong answer. The right answer is B. Don't hide in your cabin on the muster drill because they will announce your name. They will say, hey, so-and-so, you need to get up here and do your embarkation thing up here. You need to do your muster drill. They will call your name. They don't care if they embarrass you. They don't care if there's 250 names. They'll call 250 names. Yeah, I've been on ships where they've done that. The guys announced for 5 minutes a nonstop list of names. I'm like, are you kidding me? These people don't know about the muster drill. And so, yeah, make sure you go get it. Do not hide in your cabin. They will come find you. And, yeah, and that ship don't sail until everybody does it. So you're going to make a lot of people mad at you. And they're going to know who you are because they announced your name 17 times.
Yeah, I mean, they give you a lot of warnings on that, to go and take care of the muster drill. So when they get to the point where they're calling the names, I mean, and people don't want to be called by their full given names,
Government
too
name.
bad. Their government names, too bad. Too sad. Go to the muster drill.
Yes, don't hide in your cabin for the muster drill. I've actually been on a few cruises where the people, they were calling them for the muster drill, but they ended up, they weren't even on the ship yet, and I guess they didn't sail with us or whatever. And I don't know, I have no idea, but they were calling them and they weren't there. But either way, don't try to hide in the bathrooms. Don't try to hide anywhere for the muster drill. They will find you. They have you all scanned in by your little key card or your little medallion or your bracelet, so they know if you skipped it. And it's easy. It takes like 3 minutes and you're done. And again, as Chet said, the other cruisers will know that you were the 1 or 2 or 4 or your party are the ones that did not do it, and you're holding everybody else up from sailing away. So please don't.
And believe it or not, for people who maybe have, just started recently cruising, like the muster drill now across the board, I would say on cruise lines is so much easier and simpler than it used to be. And like Scott's saying, they have the technology where it's you're scanning in with your card or your medallion or whatever, so they can track you. But that wasn't always the case. When you have to stand out on the deck by your muster station in a certain order, and they were checking you off on a list. It was a lot, and in the heat, people were passing out, and wanting to get out of the line. So don't make us go backwards, people. Just do the little scan. Go to your muster drill. Do the swipe. It's so much easier. Oh, and also when they were calling the names or they were still looking for people back then to show up on the muster drill, it was like a walk of shame when those people finally had to come onto the deck and get into their given spot, because everybody's complaining like, oh my God, why is this taking so long? Get them already. And you see who was holding up the line. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It seems like you're talking maybe from experience from the summer when somebody went to Greece, maybe.
Well, I did. No, that was hot. And that was more like the traditional muster drills than I've had seen in a long, long time. But no, I'm pulling on memory because I was one of those people about to pass out
Mhm.
because it was so hot and you're waiting and waiting and waiting for everybody to complete their muster drill. So
Oh yeah, yeah. And you want to know what? Speaking about being hot and passing out, if you guys are around on a Sunday afternoon and you want to see a hot couple, you should go over and check out Sea Leg Journeys because whoo, you might pass out from one of their shows.
Woo.
Hi, I'm Robin. This is Chet, and we're Sea Leg Journeys.
That's right. So come on with us, and we're going to show you the ships, the ports, and the excursions that we do while we're cruising.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and of course, YouTube.
That's right. So come on and join us on all the fun things we're going to do. We also have live shows Wednesday and Friday morning at 8:30 Eastern Time and Sunday night at 6 p.m. So come on and join us there too.
And don't forget, we have a wide variety of videos on YouTube, from everything from the food, to the rooms, to the excursions, to the ships.
That's right. So come on and join us for the fun here at Sea Leg Journeys.
Yeah. Woo. Go on over and check out Robin and Chet from Sea Leg Journeys, our sponsor. Yeah. All right, on to our third question, and it's an in your opinion question. I want everybody that is here, all of your opinions. In your opinion, what is your biggest cruise do that you, in fact, do every cruise? Let us know your cruise do. Could be something that you do bring, but something maybe that you practice every cruise. That would be good to let a maybe even a first-time cruiser or a cruiser, a novice cruiser, in on kind of a good do. What do you do?
I know a good do.
Oh,
What?
let us know.
As soon as we get on the ship, we head right to the cabin because the cabins are open by the time we get on there. And we go ahead and get on in there. And usually that's where you got to watch the muster station video. So you can watch it on your phone if you want. But we like to put it on the TV, click it, put it on the TV, and then sit there and unpack. So after the muster station video is over, we're done unpacking. We're ready to go out and do everything else we want to do on the ship. It's done. Muster station's done. Unpacking's done. We're ready for that first drink. How about that? That's what we do on every cruise, no matter which cruise line, which ship we're on. It's something you can do on any ship. That's what we recommend do, because that's what we do here at the Conscious Cruiser.
That's good. That's good, especially about the unpacking. Like, just go, get yourself situated, and then you don't have to worry about it. You can head off and do whatever fun thing you want to do. I'm gonna kind of along those lines. I usually go to the cabin as soon as it's available, and I always have good luck about meeting the cabin attendant at that time. So I always make a point to try and meet them and talk to them. So at least they put the name and the face together. And I'm always surprised when people tell me that they've never seen their cabin steward. They never saw him. I'm like, how is that possible? Like, I always see mine, and they always talk and they always check to see if you need this or that, or ask what you're doing today. If it's a port day, you get so much information from them, and they can really make or break the cruise for me, I think. So I always meet my cabin attendant.
I love that. I think they're also more willing to talk to you if you introduce yourself on that first day. You make yourself warm and welcoming, and then they also feel. I mean, that's just human interaction, right, in general. But if you introduce yourself to your cabin steward, you open yourself to every day you walk out, and even if he's down the hallway or she's down the hallway, hey, Lisa, Miss Elisa, what are you doing?
That's exactly what happens.
I'm going to breakfast right now, but I don't know. In 4 hours, we'll see ya.
And to that point, like, so many times that I've left the camera on the dresser, or I've was talking about I wanted to go and see somebody perform or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna miss the show!" Like, "Oh, thank you." They will remind you of things because you've been talking about it. I don't know how they remember all those details, but they do, and it's just pleasant, I
It's
find.
strange like that, though. I've had cruises where I've seen the cabin steward 5 times a day, every day, no matter going into the cabin, going out of the cabin, he's right there. And I've had
Yes.
other ones where I swear the cabin was haunted because I never saw a cabin steward, and yet we could go. Oh, forgot the camera, like you say. Turn around and go back and get it, and the room's done. I'm like,
Yeah.
we ain't been gone. We ain't been gone 2 minutes yet. And how did he do that fast? And who was it? Was it 8
Who
of
was
them?
that masked man?
8 fairies came in, or spooks, or something, and did that. I don't know. But
Like
yeah,
I Dream of Genie, just wiggle a nose and the chest
we got
cabin.
those- the guy's always
we need
there,
that at
or the guy's
home.
never there.
All right, let's see. Okay, so I'll give you guys an embarkation day doo-doo. When you are choosing a time to embark the ship, I would avoid the middle hours of embarkation. Okay, meaning I would either be diamond or get on the website really early and get your very first pickings of the first time that you can get on ship. I know that's the most popular time, but you can do it. Or if you miss that time and it starts to get into the middle wee hours, just wait an extra hour or two and then pick later hours, because
Yes.
both of the times you're going to be able to pretty much walk on the ship. It's going to be nice and easy. Whereas the middle, you're going to have the mass amount of chaos of people getting on the ship. You're going to be waiting. People are going to be short tempered. Things are going to be flying. Kids are going to be crying. It's just going to be like, it's going to be a nightmare. So avoid the middle hours of embarkation day, either early or late. The ship is not leaving without you. And the
Well,
bonus
not true. Not true.
True.
The ship will leave without you.
The ship will leave without you. However, in the times chosen for embarkation, it was what I should have said. If you show up for like let's just say 12:30, which gives you more than enough time, and it's still a later sort of embarkation, you'll be able to just walk right on. It will be nice and easy. So that is kind of my doo-doo. I prefer to go on earlier. Of course, everybody does. But again, the big bonus is if you're in, let's say, a nice home port like, I don't know, Seattle or San Francisco, or one of the places that has a lot to do. Well, guess what? You get a couple extra hours of that morning to go and do something, visit a coffee shop in Seattle, or go to the Needle, or do this or do that. And then you show up for 12:30 embarkation and you walk right on. So that's my big doo-doo. I think a lot of people forget that, and they just kind of go for the best available. Oh, we missed it. There's only 1 o'clock available. It's the best available. Let's do it. It's the earliest. You get there and you're like, oh my Lord, we didn't get on the ship until almost 4. Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
Not really, but
But still, yeah.
Exactly.
So what do you, I'm sorry, Chet, did you answer yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, I did.
Yep.
Well, I do
you
agree with that.
guys-
What you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, do you guys? So I do like to get on as early as possible. You can sign me up for the diamond option, Scott. But I try to get on as early as possible. And I think other people do that as well, because that you are paying for that day aboard the cruise ship. And so get on and enjoy whatever you can on the ship is my feeling. If that means going to have lunch, or I see people all the time bringing their swimwear so they can go swimming and change before they get into the cabin. Do that. So I definitely understand why people want to get on and start having fun, because you've paid for that day. So
yeah,
I'm not saying never get on late.
I advised somebody to do that once. They were a brand new cruiser, and they asked a question on the Sea Lake Journey channel. They said, "Hey, we're taking a person with us who is very sensitive to noise and crowds and all this." I'm like, "Are you sure you want to go on a cruise?"
Yeah.
First off, and make sure you pick a smaller ship. You get on Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas, you can't get away from a crowd on that ship, I don't think. So I said, if you think you got to cruise and you got a person like that, get a smaller ship and take the last possible check-in. because you're a first time cruiser, you're not going to get the early time.
Okay,
If
so
you do
that's
get the early time, it's going to be the massive crowd there. Just wait, take the 2 o'clock check-in, and you can walk on the ship, avoid the crowds. So that's my only advice to you. Really, I want to question you. Do you really want to do that? But if you do, that's going to be the way for you to go, because we've done a late embarkation before, and we just walked on the ship. There was nobody around us. Thought, we're the last people on the ship, and there's still a whole another hour behind us to check in,
I was gonna say, or do you walk in like you own the place? Like,
Yeah, you really do, because there's nobody there. There was one person way up there ahead of me, and maybe one person way back still in the parking lot, but it was very, very easy. It was the easiest check-in we've ever had was the late check-in, believe it or not. So,
and if you do want to do the early check-in too, just be aware of what day you're allowed to check in. The cruise companies vary on the days, and I know some people still do like a check-in party. So the night before at 12 o'clock is normally when it opens, 12 o'clock Eastern in midnight. For your cruise. So some people will stay up, some people will set their alarm, some people you do a various amount of things. But if you want to be the first ones on those ships, like Elisa's saying, and get the value out of it, you will make sure that you start doing those things where they're setting the alarm, staying up, kind of like Christmas Eve. Remember when you used to stay up for Santa? Well, it's the same thing. You just stay up for the embarkation button and you hit 7:30 and you get your little non-diamond butt on the ship at 7:30 with all the diamonds that are like, what's he doing?
just be aware, though, this is why Carnival's been wanting to change their program.
yes,
If you got a ship full of platinums and elites, you ain't getting that time. I don't care if you're the first one to click that button. If all the platinums and elites start piling in, they're going to get it, and they're going to bump you back to another time. And that's why they've had to change it, because we've got on a Carnival ship where I was like, hey, where's the platinum line at? And they go, so there ain't no platinum line for this time. I'm like, why not? She goes, 3/4.
Everybody's platinum. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, on to the last question. We're going to go to the question of the cast. Okay. Whoa, this is a good one. I like this. What is the most common thing that you see people doing on a cruise that, in fact, they should not be doing on a cruise? This isn't a tattle. We're not tattling on people. I don't want any names, but what is an action that you see people doing? I don't want you guys shouting out cruise vloggers. Oh my gosh. What is a common thing that you see people doing on cruises that they should absolutely not be doing, whether they get away with it or not? That is not what we're asking. I forgot who goes, but whoever has a hot answer for us, let us know what we should not be doing.
I don't know how hot this is or how controversial this is, and it's not just for not just for the vloggers or the social media content creators, but people. We're very into our selfies and pictures, which is great, but don't go and try to have the king of the world photo at the very front of the ship, like possibly climbing over a railing or two to get to that forwardmost spot on the ship. It is so dangerous. Don't climb over the railings. Don't sit on the railings. Don't do those kinds of things. There's always a news story about something happening to someone on a cruise ship, and generally it's not that people just wandered into a wrong spot and missed a step and fell off the ship. They're doing something extra, a little reckless, a little careless that causes a problem. So don't do that.
Have you ever seen anybody in the act?
I've seen people trying to sit on rails, trying to climb up on rails. Yeah. So it's like, what are you doing? Don't do that.
That's how they fall off the ship.
Yes, exactly. We overestimate our own ability. Oh, I'm fine. I'll catch myself, or I'll do this, or I'll do a triple somersault and land hands up with perfect head. You're not. You're not.
Here, I'll give you a little tip, guys. Take a picture of the railing, lay down on the deck and in the pose that you would grab the pole, and just use AI and just put yourself in that bowl. Come on. Don't be risking your life for that. Just do a little sprinkle, just a little sprinkle, and you be on that pole like Jack and what's the other person?
Yeah.
Jack and Kate and
Rose, yeah.
Rose. Yeah,
It's
like
them. That's especially on and even on your own. If you have a balcony cabin, I think people we get comfortable and you think, oh, what it's my room, it's my balcony. I can do this, I can do that. It's really dangerous. They don't want you to hang things like clothing or whatever out there to dry because it might go over. They certainly don't want people to go over that way. So
right.
All right, Chet, how about you? What have you seen people do on a cruise?
Well, I had to ask Robin from Sea Lake Journeys on this one because I've seen people do a million things. We could sit here the rest of the day and talk about things I've seen them do that shouldn't do. But the number one thing that she has witnessed, and I agreed with, was the wrong footwear on the cruise. Why the wrong footwear? What are you talking about, Chet? I can wear flip-flops on a cruise. Well, you can. You can if you want to. But when that Lido deck gets wet, and it's wet a lot, guess what you're riding on? You're riding on a couple of floaties, and you're going to go sliding across the deck and probably end up in a position you don't want to on that deck. Even walking into the buffet area from the pool deck, wearing those wrong kind of shoes, whether it be flip-flops or whether it be some people like wearing high heels for some reason, even when they're in a bathing suit, they look good. I get it. You want to look good, but you're probably going to go slipping across the deck and get hurt. And we've seen a lot of people fall down on cruises and on shore excursions, going down the stairs on a shore excursion and hit their toes because they're wearing open-toed high heel shoes for some reason. I don't know why. They're wearing flip-flops and find out that we're going to walk about 3 miles on this excursion on rocky terrain and gravel terrain and stuff. And and they're having to sit down. Their feet are killing them and their toes are bleeding. So think about what shoes you're wearing on your cruise. I know you want to look pretty and you got nice toes. You went and had your toes done and all that, but you might be better off with a pair of tennis shoes for most of the cruise. Just saying. You got better grip on wet surfaces. You got better grip on rocks and gravel if you're going on a shore excursion. So think about your footwear because we've seen a lot of people wearing the wrong stuff at the wrong time.
Even on the stairs within the ship, the interior stairs going up and down the decks. People will take a tumble with their flip-flops because you grip it wrong.
I've seen it.
So,
I've watched them. At first I thought, well, these people have been drinking already, but it's 10 a.m. It was their shoes.
That could be, but
it's a lot of times it's just their shoes though.
It's just the shoes.
That's it. All right, I will end it with this one. I think in the times that we are in, I think a lot of people that are cruising are have sort of this sort of sense of entitlement where they think that the law doesn't apply to them. They've paid for the cruise, so they can do this. I can do this. I paid for this. I do this. I paid for this cruise. I can do this. Well, in fact, no, you can't. Okay, the rules apply to everyone, and just because you paid early or you paid extra or you did this doesn't mean that you're an exception to the rules, that you are above anybody else that is on that ship. The captain is above everybody else, but nobody else is above anybody else. So I think now seeing people walk around with a new sense of entitlement, feeling like they're entitled to something and the cruise company owes them something, which in fact they don't. So I think it doesn't take much to be, it doesn't take anything to be kind. It doesn't take anything to be a decent human being. And it doesn't take much to just be a nice cruiser. So in that, I think that we should kind of, just chill out a little bit. Just chill out a little bit. Be there. Be grateful for being on a cruise and continue to enjoy it. To be honest, that's it. And I think if we do a little bit more of that, there won't be as many don'ts in the next.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. I love it. I love it. And you have been listening to another episode of the Conscious Cruiser here. We will return next Monday morning with another episode. We appreciate all of our YouTube listeners and all of our Spotify listeners too as well. We're building up our listeners and our hours over there on Spotify. So whether you are listening on YouTube or Spotify, we do greatly appreciate you. Tell all your friends and keep on listening to the Conscious Cruiser. Elisa, Chet, I will see you guys next week, and have a wonderful week, guys.
Have a good one, and maybe I'll see you at the Mood Check later.
I'm already there.
Dang it, he got me this week. All right. Well, if you guys go over to Go Live Together, let them know that we sent you, Elisa, Chet, and myself with a little conscious raid. Have a good Monday, guys, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.